It's been a very long time since I've done a tutorial, so I thought I would do one again. What's up, YouTube? Sam Animations back at it again with another YouTube video. This video, I plan to do a tutorial on how to move a character after it has been punched in the face, or the stomach, or wherever. This whole tutorial is to show you guys how to pretty much fly your character backwards into an object or something to stop it. So currently I'm just setting up my animation. I'm just getting the beginning stuff out of the way. I'm setting the characters up for a position to actually get ready to make that punch. You will need an uber base stick, a floor stick, dash, cliff fill, rock top fill, teletrance, explode, and elaborate explosion. These are all of what I use to make this animation right here. Currently I just slowed down my time lapse so I can elaborate and go into more detail as to how I set up the punch and how I'm moving the stick figure. So right here the blue stick figure has already locked its fist into the black stick figure's face, and I'm just moving it slowly so I can create more impact and I guess a harder hit from that kind of punch. Now I have dragged the black stick figure apart and I used the dash stick to show that he's moving fast. And now I'm setting up the blue stick figure's landing, and I did that to make sure the blue stick figure is just not floating in space, it's going back on the ground, because gravity exists and you need to show that in the animation as well. So currently what I'm doing is I'm just focusing on the black stick figure. I am dragging it out, I'm moving it slowly frame by frame to show some kind of motion. You can kind of do this as a cheat so you don't need to move it as much. And what I'm now doing is I grab the cliff that I'm going to let the black stick figure crash into. That's going to stop its movement, and that's where you have to use the rock fill to show that, okay, he's created an impact on this cliff fill right here. And then what you do after that is you would fill it up with smoke and debris. But I'm moving back to the blue stick figure so I can work on its landing again. Just working on it frame by frame. I'm using my onion skins to get an idea of where it should land and how I should position its body. All of this stuff is very important in animation. It doesn't happen for just one punch, it happens for the entire film. But you know, for the sake of the tutorial, we're just focusing on this. Now I'm just going back and doing a little bit of tweaks and fixes. I'm adding in mini dash sticks to show smoother motion. It'll make my animation look a little less choppy. If you look through a lot of my videos as of late, I use that technique a lot, and it really helps my animation pop out more, look cleaner, and yeah, so on and so forth. Now moving on, we're working on actually showing the motion, and how I do that is I use the teletrans stick. I make 4 copies and I move it slowly along the ground, and then I take bigger dash sticks and I change the opacity, I change its color, and I move that in the background so I can show that these characters are moving at a high speed, and this is going to create some sort of high speed crash. Currently I am now working on the smoke. I'm creating an explosion. With an explosion, debris is going everywhere. There's a dust cloud, and what I have to do is expand it frame by frame and increase the size little by little. First, the explosion, the expansion is huge, then it slows down, and then eventually I will fade the opacity out, and that is usually how I work on my explosions. By this point, I am just about done with the short animation I worked on. I just faded it out. I'm looking back at it, seeing if there's anything I need to adjust. As you can see, I'm adding a little bit of ground tremor to make sure there's a shake. I use a lot of shaky camera in my animation. I'm also going back on the punch, and I'm using Teletrans sticks to give this punch a little more impact, a little more oomph. And that's also why I use the elaborate explosion. I tend to use that to make things look a little more flashy. As you can see, I've also inverted the colors. And this is all just to make one punch appear a lot harder than it would if I just kept the colors normally. That's about it for this tutorial and how I usually work through my animations. Next, you guys will see the end result. I hope you enjoy the video and have a great night.